All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis coach and your personal guide. So, um, this is really what makes this work such a blessing, such a joy, because the the kind of conversations that I had today, the kind of experiences that I had today, just kind of reminded me of how you know when you get to a certain point of doing this work, especially as a healer coach, there's a lot of crisscrossing that will happen. Meaning things that maybe earlier you only did for your clients and you never really experience it in your own life. Um, when, as I said, when you dedicate enough time to building the skill, to growing the skill, and to really being steeped in this work, um, then things kind of, it's like there's no concept of, okay, this is my working time, this is my family time, or okay, now I'm in office mode, and now I'm in work mode, and now I'm in relax mode, or now I'm in uh, meditation mode, or whatever it is. um, and I'll tell you the one big uh, secret ingredient, the one big, as we like to call it in the business, the one big secret is that um, it's this word, which is service. Because if you had asked me about what I understood or what I understand by the meaning of the word service, um, I'm sure a couple of years ago I definitely would have struggled with what it means, or I would have probably given you a very obvious answer. The one thing I have definitely come to recognize now more and more each day is that when you're really deeply connected to your mission, or very deeply connected to truly wanting to make that difference in the lives of others, and where um, it's like this desire has transcended, um, it's transcended the ego. And I'm saying all of this because I have personally experienced this, little by little, bit by bit, in different different at different levels, in different amounts, over many many years. And there have been several times in the past where it felt like, okay, now I think I have found the secret and I've arrived, and only to realize that there was still something missing. But as I said, now that I've been on this journey for you know more than 2 decades, there are certain things that have just kind of started to click in really, really deeply, really, really strongly in these last couple of days, last couple of weeks, last couple of months. And I should definitely say, this year, 2024, and I remember saying this at the beginning of the year, that this is the year. This is literally the year where it all comes together. And in more ways than one, I'm starting to see that happen. I'm starting to notice that, if you really want to be able to make that difference in the lives of people, in the lives of many, it all starts with this one ingredient, which is service. And so, as long as you're willing to truly be of service, you're willing to serve, you're willing to be in service of people who, who connect with you, who you connect with. And um, it's not just, if you ask me, it's actually not even just about serving people, it's about serving people's missions. So, if you look at it, everybody, has a bigger purpose in their life. Everybody has a bigger mission in their life. And most often, we tend to um, only look at, okay, I want to be able to do dash, right? So as a coach, I want to be able to coach, um, so many people. I want to be able um, to coach on such and such subject. But there comes a point when you'll recognize that you are now, coaching people. That means what you wanted, you're now having, you're now living, you're now experiencing. And then again, there will come a point when you will recognize that you're not actually just coaching people. When you start to recognize that you're helping people truly connect with their own, whether you call it their mission, whether you call it their purpose, the reason why they want to get up in the morning, the reason why they want to, really be their best version, and getting to be or being of service to them and their mission, that is really what takes us to a completely different level. Now again, I can only say this from personal experience, and so maybe you're on that journey right now, and you might understand what I'm saying. You might um, have a sense of what I'm saying, or you may now already be at that point where you're starting to see the same in your own life. So, as I've said before, the reason why I do these daily pods is just as a, as a reminder to self. In fact, earlier today I was watching Meena, write a couple of notes in her journal. And for a second, I was just looking at her writing. And then a moment later, I was reminded that this is my version of journal writing that I kind of stumbled upon. Now, of course, when I look back, it's been 2 years. But at that time, I didn't uh, realize or recognize the value of it. I was doing it for my own reasons. I was doing it because, as they say, if you if you journal, or if you shoot a video it's like one video every day for a whole year, your life will change. I've heard these things before. I've read these things. I've studied these things. I've even practiced them to an extent, right? So I remember somewhere around the beginning of COVID, I had already, I think, till from the beginning of 2020, so Feb, maybe Feb, for about 70 or 75 days, I used to make one post a day. And kind of like halfway through, I was like, okay, why am I doing this? But fair enough, let me do it. And then eventually I kind of got to the point where I was like, what's the point of this? Um, Now cut to, these last 2 years and where I am right now, the realization is that this is really what it's about. Finding something that is deeper, finding something that has meaning. Sometimes, of course, it may start with you, but sooner or later, it will spill out and spin out into being of value to many people. So, as I said before, as a healer coach, you may be at the beginning of the journey, you may be just about started, or maybe a year or two in, or maybe like me, you've been doing this for many years, and you've obviously had many adventures along the way. You've had many realizations along the way, and to me, I personally know that this is that time to just keep doing more, just being even more of even more service to others. And in that, you will find why you're meant to do all of this and what really is the meaning behind it. So, as I've said before, these uh, pods are my way of reaching out to you, of reminding you that you're not alone, and especially as a healer coach. So, if there's any way in which I can help you, please do reach out and let me know. Having said all of that, of course, remember to live with purpose. And these are daily pods, so I will be back tomorrow. Um, Truly have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing day ahead, and an absolutely fantastic year ahead too. God bless, and of course, I will see you in the next one. And having said all of that, as always, remember to live with purpose. Take care. God bless.